welcome back. So it is part two. It is part two of the bags I have sold and why. If you guys haven't seen part one, I will link it right up here, but I just spoke about 14 bags that I sold, and I went over brands like Louis Vuitton, Balenciaga, Bottega Veneta. Today we're gonna be going over some different brands, and obviously it is the same day. If you can't tell, I'm wearing the exact same shirt. I just took off my jacket because A, it's hot, and B, it gives it a different look. So today we're going to be talking about Gucci, Chanel, Dior, Celine, Saint Laurent, and Jacquemus. So if you guys are interested on seeing part two of the bags that I sold and why, then please just keep on watching. But wait, you already know what I'm going to say. If you're not already subscribed, explain yourself. Look at how consistent I'm being, guys. What more can you ask for, okay? We do a lot here. I think you want to be here when we do it, and that's it. To subscribe, man. But without further ado, let us jump into part two of the bags I sold and why. So let's start with Gucci, because I feel like I mentioned Gucci a little bit, like a little bit in my last video when I was talking about Balenciaga. I think you know where this is going. So let's just jump into it. I did sell my Gucci Balenciaga hourglass bag that I got from the Hacker Project collection. I don't regret selling any of my bags, but that one took a lot for me to sell. Honestly, it came down to two things. One, the Gucci monogram all over the bag, I wasn't really feeling. And another thing is, it felt very trendy. The hourglass bag in general, I do really like the hourglass bag, but it just is very trendy. And if you guys saw part one of this video, you know that I'm not really trying to buy into trends. I don't feel like it's worth spending thousands of dollars on a trendy piece. So I ended up selling it. Sticking with Gucci, I sold my Soho Disco bag. I bought that bag a really long time ago, like a really, you know, when it like first came out and everybody was hyping it up. I used that bag, I liked it, but I just kind of got over it. You know, that camera style is not really, that camera bag style I should say, is not really my vibe anymore. It's very, very casual, and that's not really what I go for anymore. So that's kind of why I ended up letting that one go. Along with that, I think I bought this at a very similar time from when I bought the camera bag. The small, or it might be mini actually, Marmont bag in black velvet. The Marmont was such a hyped bag for such, like, you know, such a specific period of time. So that was kind of my issue there. Plus that was kind of around the time that I kind of started buying Chanel bags. And last Gucci bag that I sold is my small Dionysus bag. Again, very similar to what I said about the hourglass bag. That Gucci print everywhere was just, it was a lot. I just didn't want that monogram from Gucci just smacked all over my bag, you know, and just walking around just like screaming Gucci. I mean, not that my bags don't have any type of branding or anything like that, but that was just like a lot for me. So my child is crying. Let's move on to Dior, shall we? I sold 3 bags from Dior, one that I actually completely forgot about. So let's start with that one. I had this little, I don't even know what you would call it, like a messenger bag from Dior in collaboration with Air Jordan in the color gray. And I loved that bag before I got it. And then I got it and I was just, I don't know. It's a very, and I mean, probably the most casual bag that I've ever owned in my entire life. It just doesn't match with anything other than sweatpants, because it's literally Dior and Air Jordan. Like, where are we going? We can only wear sweatpants with this. That's kind of why I sold that bag. I think I lost a pretty good amount of money when I sold that, if I'm not lying. I thought that was like a really hyped collection, but clearly it was not. Then the other 2 bags that I sold, these 2 also like took a lot for me to sell them, but I am very happy that I did. So the first one is the saddle bag in warm taupe. It was in the bigger size. You have that dip there, so everything is down at that little dip area. So you're just like scouring through your bag. And again, I don't carry a lot of stuff, but even for me, this was an issue. So I can't even imagine if I carried a lot of stuff. That's why I sold it. And again, it is kind of a trendier bag. It's not really a trendy bag because, you know, it's from the archives. It's been around for a long time, but trendier than the next bag that I'm going to talk about. The last Dior bag that I sold is my ABC Lady Dior in gray. For a minute, I was just like, I don't really like that bag. Like, why does everybody like that bag? It just looks like a puffy quilt. Like, that's not cute. It's so elegant and like girly. I do really love a Lady Dior. But I did not love the color that I got my Lady Dior in. It was like, I don't know if I mentioned this in my Chanel unboxing, which I'll link up here in case you missed it, but I did have a medium gray bag. This was that bag. It felt really hard to match with anything. Like this light gray or this dark gray, I feel is easier to match than that medium gray. And it literally was right in between these two gray colors. And it was so hard to match. I paired it with a burgundy dress once and I posted the look on Instagram, and even I looked at it and was like, I am looking to add another Lady Dior into my collection because there is absolutely nothing wrong with a Lady Dior in general. It was just that color of gray. Like I really wanted a gray bag, but that wasn't her. Let's talk about the 3 like one-off brands that I have, and then we'll revisit Chanel at the end because obviously Chanel is my favorite. I had a Celine Nano luggage in red. I did really like that bag, and I was obsessed with the Celine luggage bags for a long time. Like before I pulled the trigger on that bag. At the time, I mean, this was years and years and years ago. Like I think I just probably graduated college, and I didn't really know much about color transfer or that it was even a thing. And I used to wear it with absolutely anything. No matter what I was wearing, I would just, whatever, throw my red bag on top because red matches everything. I got so much color transfer on that bag. Oh my God. By the time I sold it, the back was like fully, like it looked like it was a denim bag, okay? I had a Yves Saint Laurent wallet unchained. That bag was tiny. And I don't carry a lot of stuff, but my stuff didn't fit in that bag. I wanted a really nice like going out party bag, like if I ever go out and party. And so I bought it and I used it to go to like 2 parties and was like, that's it. So we got rid of her, okay? We didn't need her anymore. The last bag that is like a one-off that I sold is the Jacquemus Le Chiquito Moyen in pink. I knew that I shouldn't have bought it, but one day, you know, I really wanted a pink bag and I was kind of just sitting outside. I remember this day so specifically. I was sitting outside and I was just like, I really want a pink bag. So I just started looking up pink bags and Jacquemus Le Chiquito Moyen came up and I was like, okay. That handle, you know, the handle is huge. It literally would dig into, like I would wear it crossbody and it would just like dig into my boob. It really is not bigger than the Le Chiquito. It looks like it is, but it fits almost nothing. It doesn't fit my essentials, which again is barely anything. I think the Le Chiquito is cuter. So if you were gonna get a Jacquemus bag, I would say don't get the Moyen size. Definitely don't get the even bigger size. I thought the Moyen was like a cute middle ground, but again, just like what my Speedy 30. And now on to the 4 Chanel bags that I have sold. The first Chanel bag that I ever sold is also the first Chanel bag that I ever got. It was a boy bag in green lambskin. I think it had ruthenium hardware, if I remember that correctly. I got this bag probably towards the beginning of my journey. I think I had like 2 or 3 Louis Vuitton bags and then I got that bag. I had guilt. I mean, there's always kind of some like purchaser's guilt when you buy luxury, but the guilt was crazy. When I tell you it was crazy, like I would just sit there and look at it and be like, you are how much? You are how much? So I did that for probably 3 weeks. I think I used it twice. So I ended up selling it and I don't regret that I sold it. That green color was beautiful. And when I was on the market again to buy a Chanel bag, I did search specifically for that green color, but I couldn't find it. The second bag that I sold is another boy bag. And I know I'm making like a case for how much I hate the boy bag, but I swear I actually really love the boy bag. This was the medium, old medium. I don't know if I said the green one was old medium, but the green one was also old medium. This one was the black old medium in caviar with also ruthenium hardware. I did really, really love it and I used it a ton, but that bag is just so boxy. It did not sit nicely because it was just like a thick old box just on my hip there, and I didn't really like that. I don't really like the old medium size anymore. I do still like the boy bag, even though a lot of people do not like it. I still really like it, and like I said, I want out another one. I just think I would get it in the small size because I think that would probably sit better crossbody, and the old medium was too big for me anyway because like I said, I don't carry a lot of stuff. The first bag that I got when I started repurchasing Chanel is the filigree vanity case in the size small in black caviar. So when this bag came out, I feel like I saw a lot of people with it, like a lot of people, and I fell in love with it. But this was years and years and years and years ago when like I couldn't buy a Chanel bag. I looked at it and I was like, you know what? One day I'm gonna be able to afford a Chanel bag, and when I do, this is the bag that I'm coming for. I specifically liked this like metallic gray color that I saw. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture and post it right here so you can see it. Couldn't find it, so I ended up just getting a black version. I really liked that bag. That's probably the last Chanel bag out of the ones that I'm gonna talk about that I sold. It didn't get that much use. It literally had like a layer of dust by the time I went to sell it. And I thought, you know, there's no point of having this bag that I am clearly not using instead of getting something else that I will use. But I did have like a lot of sentimental value attached to it because of the fact that, you know, that's like what my goal was. Like when I can make enough money, when I can buy a Chanel bag, that's the bag that I'm gonna get. And I did it. So that's why it kind of meant something to me. But then I sold it anyways. And the last Chanel bag that I sold is my Chanel Small Gabrielle backpack in beige and black. The main contributor for me selling this bag was the color. I know that beige color is almost identical to this beige clear that's behind me, but having it paired with black, for some reason I couldn't pair it with anything. Also, something that's really annoying are the straps on that backpack. Oh my God, they were so annoying. They would always be lopsided and it's like impossible to line them up correctly. I don't know if that's just a me thing, but that really got on my nerves. So that is it for this video. I've been sitting here filming for so long. I don't even want to think about editing these 2 videos, but I will. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you did like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and that's it. I'm so used to saying Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok and Twitter, but don't follow me on any of those. Honestly, just if you do Instagram, like, we'll be good. I post a lot of reels on there, and if you like handbag content, you're gonna love those reels. So definitely follow me on there. If you guys have like any comments about any of the bags that I sold, you know, you think I made a mistake, definitely let me know in the comments. If you have any bags that you have sold and that you have regretted, definitely let me know. That's something that's very interesting to me. And I think that's all I have to say. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. Choking on my saliva, excuse me. Jesus.